Most of the world gets a haircut whenever their hair gets a little too long, but in India, the calendar dictates your grooming schedule. Try walking into a salon on the wrong day and the clippers go dead silent. Millions of people across the subcontinent explicitly refuse to cut their hair on Tuesdays or Saturdays. Walk through a bustling neighborhood on a Tuesday, and you will find entire grooming businesses completely shut down behind heavy, bright blue metal shutters. If you ask a local why, they'll tell you these specific days are inauspicious. Altering your hair or nails on a Tuesday is said to invite bad luck and disrupt your spiritual energy. It sounds like an ancient, irrational fear, but what if this arbitrary limitation is actually driven by a highly logical, hidden mechanism? Outsiders see a mystical taboo, but this rule forces a massive society-wide pause in behavior, and a pause that large usually has a deeply rational economic explanation behind it. Let's step back from modern mysticism and look at the bustling streets of earlier eras. The economy was dense, chaotic, and almost entirely unregulated. Historically, barbers lacked permanent storefronts, formalized weekend labor laws, or modern scheduling apps. They were often itinerant laborers, workers who traveled constantly from place to place. They walked miles under the sun, servicing clients directly on the dusty ground with a simple razor and bowl. The physical toll was massive. Without a standardized calendar system or a corporate HR department, society lacked any mechanism to guarantee these essential gig workers a designated day off. A historical barber faced an endless, unrelenting cycle of labor. Every day was a workday, creating an economic and physical breaking point for an entire class of workers. To keep the trade from collapsing, society needed a workaround, a standardized routine to force a universal day of rest. This calendar grid shows how the schedule works. By declaring specific columns, like Tuesday or Saturday, completely off limits for haircuts, you establish an unshakable, mandatory break for the laborers. But a simple public policy might be ignored by a wealthy client demanding a shave. Framing the schedule as a cosmic warning of bad luck, however, ensured universal, unquestioned compliance. This policy turned a personal preference into a standardized labor law, protecting the barber by restricting the customer. The myth of the inauspicious day was simply a psychological wrapper designed to protect a highly logical, necessary work schedule. Today, the environment looks entirely different. Modern salons have fixed storefronts, electricity, and the technical capacity to operate any day of the week. There is zero scientific or medical harm in getting a haircut on a Tuesday. So if the original labor necessity is obsolete and the science is clear, why does an entire subcontinent still follow the rule? Over generations, following these strict timing rules evolved. What started as a physical labor necessity morphed into a mental tool that builds personal discipline. Adhering to these steady, weekly rhythms provides individuals with a sense of structural control over their lives, while maintaining a deep connection to cultural harmony. The tradition has outlived its original purpose. It now acts as a psychological anchor, seamlessly connecting modern individuals to their historical identity. Superstitions serve as the functional machinery of early civilization, surviving long after their initial purpose fades. They are the fossilized remains of ancient, highly practical wisdom that successfully organized early human society. Curious? Take a look at your own daily life. You likely have an irrational habit or superstition of your own, one that is actually holding your entire routine together. Humanity's strangest cultural beliefs are very often our smartest survival strategies operating in disguise.